Good morning, everyone. Virgo here. It is August 12th, 2019. And how many of you guys know who this is? Right, this is April Lejeune from her little America Matters show on YouTube, Facebook, and Periscope, I believe. Interesting that on Friday of last week, Miss Lejeune decided that she was going to attempt to try to smear the Virgo Triad channel's name and reputation yet again. See, April doesn't like the fact that we expose the fraud that she actually is and the hundreds of people that she's ripped off for anywhere between $350 and $1,000 a piece. So what April does is she goes on little rants. She tends to do this in the middle of her shows because she thinks that this way I won't see it. But because there are so many of you that actually do pay attention to the frauds and the scammers and the con artists that are out there, quite often when these things are said or done, they're sent to me. And I want to thank you all for that, because there's just simply no way that one person can actually watch over every single one of these con artists all the time. Well, this was a whopper that Lejeune told, and unfortunately for her, she is not the best liar. She may be able to con her way into your pocketbook by making crazy promises of secret squirrel accounts, and promises that you can present things that will get your debt paid off, and make it sound believable through fraudulent proof that she posts. But when she starts making lies about things like the fact that there are supposedly common law courts in the state of Colorado, and so on and so forth, it's easily debunked. Which is the reason why it just doesn't make any sense that April enjoys lying in this manner. Take a listen.
So that's why when Virgo Triad wants to pretend as if there are no common law courts, I beg to differ with you. Because I want to know, why is the UPS driver sitting in the judge's seat, if that's true? So see, I have actual evidence. She's got a lot of this. Yeah. And no substance. Yeah, because I've seen some of the stuff that she's done. Somebody sent me a screenshot of something just recently, and I was like, that's funny, that's just a draft.
Before April went on to attempt to try to smear my channel's name, she decided she was going to go into a big elaborate story about how her husband supposedly had been issued a ticket. And that ticket was due to the fact that someone had come to their door who was supposedly a drug dealer, and her husband had reached behind him for some kind of baseball bat, and the person went and complained to the police, and so the police wrote a ticket to supposedly her husband. And then originally, supposedly, the ticket was written as a county ticket, so that would be La Plata County. And according to April, the crooked cop comes back and requests for the ticket back and gives her husband a new ticket. And the new ticket is for city court. Well, the only city court in La Plata County is the Durango Municipal City Court, and the other court is the La Plata County Court. So I picked up the phone and called. I wanted to find out whether or not the Durango City Municipal Court, as April claims, would be a common law court. But, of course, by the actual name being Municipal Court, we know that that isn't true. Regardless, I called anyway to ensure that there was nowhere within the county of La Plata that there was actually any form of common law court. Here's the conversation.
Durango Municipal Court, how can I help you?
Yes, ma'am. This is Durango City Municipal Court, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Do you have a common law court there?
No.
Okay. Do you know if there's a common law court anywhere in La Plata County?
I don't know what common law court is. I
Yeah.
don't.
Neither do I. I was trying to find out from you guys because I had heard there's a person that does commentary online that said that you guys in Colorado have common law courts, and I was trying to figure out what that is.
I don't know what it is. I've never heard of it before, and I don't know what that source is. I don't even know if they know what they're talking about, to be honest with you.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, I was just trying to find out. I figured the easiest way would be to call you guys to find out. Well, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Well, April, I have to say that, unfortunately, none of the clerks that I spoke to, either in county or city, had any idea that there was even such a thing called a common law court, let alone your suggestion that it's everyday practice in La Plata County. Yet again, another lie from Miss April Lejeune. But I didn't stop there, because I wanted to make sure. So, I looked up a few other things. The first thing I looked up was La Plata County, Colorado judicial page. And on this page, it gives us the District Court Colorado 6 Judicial District's judges. And it tells us that La Plata County Court has 1 vacancy. So, I checked out all of these judges. And you know what I found? I found that every single one of the judges that presides over the district court has a bachelor's degree or above in JD and or is an attorney and has practiced for many years in a prosecutor's office or something of that sort. And I just kept looking them up to determine whether or not there could possibly have been a previous judge, former judge, that was who April was discussing in her story. Remember, the guy was the UPS guy? But through all of the judges that I looked up, including females, by the way, it was very obvious that they had received degrees in judicial, in JD, or they had received a law degree. And they had worked for many years in the same position and had worked for many years in the legal profession. So it wasn't making any sense to me. But I'll tell you what I did take a look at. And this is one of April's questions. April's question had to do with why would the UPS man actually be able to preside over any cases, even no matter how small they might be. It really doesn't make much sense. Well, I'll tell you what, it does make sense, because in the state of Colorado, one thing that can happen is that people are able to elect a judge that doesn't have a law degree and may not have a degree in JD. But they preside over very, very limited amounts of cases, usually simple traffic infractions that don't involve the possibility of having to send people to jail or anything of that sort. They have very limited capacity in terms of what they're able to do. They are people that have been elected by people in the county, and they don't necessarily have to have a law degree, but it isn't considered a common law court. They are simply another judge that's been elected by the people to actually sit on the municipal or county court. And again, very, very limited capacities. The type of courts that are available in the state of Colorado, where April was talking about, are listed here. The federal courts, which include, of course, the 10th Circuit Court of Appeals, the District Court of Colorado, the state courts, Colorado Supreme Court, Colorado Court of Appeals, Colorado District Courts, Colorado County Courts, Denver Probate Court, Denver Juvenile Court and the state resources. The municipal courts and the county courts are not common law courts, April. And none of the judges that I have been able to locate are common law judges. It would be in your best interest to stop lying because you're bad at it. And you're turning into your own worst enemy. I mean, really, if you are going to continue to scam and you're going to continue to put yourself out there with information that's inaccurate, then expect for people to debunk you. Because not everybody is willing to allow people to get hurt by the likes of people like you.